Hello people of YouTube, this is Mr. Bernie C, and I have here a very old game that no one has ever seen before. If you're not familiar with this game, it's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 1. This game came out about 7 years, take it back, came out about 8 years ago, and I actually bought it last year in a summer sale for about 10 bucks, which is kind of pricey considering it's a 8-year-old game, or at the time I bought it was about 7 years old. But I ended up picking it up because I used to play copious amounts on the PlayStation 3, and I wanted to kind of relive that nostalgic feeling. I guess I had a bit of nostalgia inside of me, but I also wanted to relive the feeling of going on a kill streak and having a very tense feeling of if someone's gonna come around and pretty much stab you in the back or shoot you down. And after playing it for a bit, I did get that feeling again, and I'm glad I did. It was $10 well spent. I ended up beating the campaign again as well, which is not as good as the multiplayer, but it's a joy to play, but not as much when compared to the multiplayer. Anyhow, the thing I really miss about console, I played on the PlayStation 3, is that I guess, I don't want to use the word normal, but it was normal to me when I played this game. When I played Team Deathmatch on the PlayStation 3, it would be 6 versus 6, and the time limit would be 10 minutes long, or until you got up to the score counter. And on PC, I cannot find a server that is less than 50 players, and the matches go on for 30 minutes. And so I don't want to be talking for 30 minutes, or I probably could, but anyhow, I managed to cut it down because I've cut down all the parts in this match of the bad gameplay that I've had. So you'll only be watching what I consider the most entertaining parts of the match. It is the beauty of an editing system. Anyhow, I wanted to talk about this kind of give a life update, because I haven't been on YouTube in quite a while, if you guys noticed. Anyhow, since my last video, I've graduated high school. Throughout my whole recording career, I was in high school, but now that's over with. I've passed all my exams and whatnot, and I was eligible to graduate. And at the time of the graduation, I didn't really feel like I was a big college man and whatnot, but it wasn't until I got to college. My first day, I was just sitting in class at my 8 a.m. class. And it was a rhetoric studies class, which is basically an English class. And that's when it really hit me. I said to myself, wow, okay, I'm actually in college, and this is pretty much no more, well, I wouldn't say no more fun and games, but you have a lot more responsibility in college. And along with that responsibility comes a lot of freedom. And these 2 semesters I've done what I consider to be pretty well. I mean, I'm not doing too badly in school. I'm not doing the greatest as well. Anyhow, but throughout those 2 semesters, I met a bunch of people they tend, with that responsibility and freedom, they almost burn out, as if they can't take on that new aspect of their life. For example, one of my friends, she was away from school. She was still in the state, but she was away from her family, and she lived in the dorms. I personally do not live in the dorms. I live locally to where my college is, so it's about a 20-minute commute there. But my friend here, she was away, and she got homesick for the first week, and I tried to comfort her, but nothing I did seemed to work. Anyhow, I guess, I can't really speak for her, but from my perspective, she suck out comfort from other people, and by the use of alcohol and going to these frat parties that she was invited to, and it really sucked because I ended up dating her a little bit later on, but that's another story. Anyhow, she ended up doing some terrible stuff. I ended up not contacting her at all, but it was getting to the point where she just stopped going to classes all the time. She was just drunk and tired, and it's just quite a shame. I hope she's doing better, but I mean, probably won't ever talk to her ever. I mean, it's really tough to become friends or acquaintances, for that matter, well, when you break up with someone. Although I must say it does happen in some situations, but in my experience it hasn't been too often that does happen. Speaking of acquaintances, another thing that I've done, it's a bit more personal, is I actually went on and deleted my Facebook account. And in this day and age, if you don't have any sort of social media, you're considered someone who's very old or are very old. But I had my reasons, and I gave it a day of thought, and I finally came to the conclusion that I really didn't need a Facebook account. And I've had a Facebook since 8th grade, and before that I had a MySpace, and I actually still have a MySpace because I don't remember the password to that, or maybe I do. I haven't tried it, but anyways, my MySpace is still out there. But my Facebook isn't, nor is my Instagram. So the reason I deleted my Facebook account is because I didn't really feel like the people. It was the news feed that was really the determining factor of my deletion. I felt like the news feed was very toxic to my life. On one hand, I got to see photos and statuses of some of my close friends, and I would be able to learn about their lives through Facebook, and I thought that was pretty cool when I had Facebook. But I guess as I become older, the interaction between them, it felt kind of bland, tasteless, because I already knew the majority of things that happen in their life, the major events, through Facebook, and it ruined that element of surprise when I would talk to them. For instance, if one of my friends had his first girlfriend, I would already know through Facebook. They would pop up in my newsfeed as, oh, so and so is in a relationship with this person, and they would upload photos. So that's one of the reasons I deleted it. One of the cons of deleting my Facebook is that it seems that everyone just uses Facebook to organize events nowadays, which I can totally see why. Facebook makes it really convenient. Either if you make a group chat with all your guest lists, or you can make a public event on Facebook, and you can have guest lists up to I don't even know. You can have a pretty big guest list, and to personally go ahead and call every individual person to give them the knowledge of your events and location and time it can be pretty tedious. I was gonna say something. Anyway, and so that part it's pretty convenient, and I would imagine I wouldn't get invited to a bunch of other events that I would normally go to when I was invited through Facebook. But to me, that seemed like the only con there was, because what I really wanted to get rid of is that I want to say that the interaction that Facebook kind of diminishes. When I'm talking to someone, I don't want to know. I want them to tell me about their life through their mouth, and through if it's someone I don't know, that someone I know as an acquaintance, I would still rather learn about them through their mouth instead of Facebook. And that's also the reason I deleted Facebook, because I actually didn't have too many friends on my Facebook friend list. To be honest, my Facebook friend list, it consisted of about 200 friends, but it wasn't actually 200 friends. I didn't keep in touch with 200 friends. It was more of an acquaintances, if anything. And I would see updates about these people that I hardly knew. And I don't want to say I didn't care for them very much, but honestly didn't have too much interest in their life updates because I didn't know them as well. And when you do talk to these people and see that semi-friend in a while, there isn't really a whole bunch to talk about because if they update frequently on Facebook, you've already seen kind of like the big things that they usually talk about with someone. And these past couple weeks, it seems like, or this past year or so, it's actually in college that I pretty much dropped. I didn't entirely drop using Facebook, but I definitely used Facebook a lot less than I did in high school. And it seems like they changed perhaps their algorithm on Facebook for putting information on the newsfeed, because I get a bunch of junk on my Facebook feed, and even sometimes, well, 80% of the time I get a bunch of funny videos, all those news, but occasionally I would find some pornographic videos and also some things where there'd be like school fights, and admittedly I've watched a couple of them, but the school fights I try to stay away. But some of the fight videos, and I was like, oh well, this is definitely interesting, but it's not really something I look at in my newsfeed. Just want updates about it. That's another reason why. So, all in all, it didn't really seem that deleting Facebook. It seems I'd be better off without Facebook. And nowadays, it seems like if you don't have a Facebook, you're just a nobody. But I'd rather be a nobody to a lot of people and just good friends with a couple of people than have a bunch of semi-good people. And along that went my Instagram account, which isn't really, I didn't use it at all either. Anyhow, this gameplay has come to an end. If you made it this far, thank you. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye for now.